put my phone away.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being so awesome.
One of us puts their phone away, yeah.
I was gonna say it starts with an H and rhymes with Aiden.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Okay, let's start this one.
We look at this intro.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Big Talk. Here with King Arthur.
Mego.
And B.
And B.
Just B.
Get it? It's like Megotron and Bumblebee.
I see what you did there.
And
speaking of which, what
great transition.
What we're talking about today is our TV shows and movies that we loved when we were little, like Transformers. And what do we think about them now? Are they still as good? Or are we just looking at them through nostalgic glasses?
I wish I had nostalgia glasses. But
I don't
have
better,
glasses
I
at all.
have definitely nostalgic glasses with some of my childhood movies, like hardcore.
Like what?
Like what? I don't
Yeah.
even want to admit this, but I'm going to. Me and my best friend, our two favorite movies when we were growing up was The Cheetah Girls 2 and High School Musical. I own both of them. We frequently watch them, and I think I still like them purely because there's so much like nostalgia with it. Like me and her had the soundtrack, and I don't even know if we genuinely liked it. I think we loved how cheesy it was. Those are like my 12, 13. Those are my movies. I have them and we'll watch them every now and again, and I still love them. I think they're super awesome.
So here's a question though. So you still love them despite
How awful they are?
So they're awful though.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, no, I know they're bad, but I
okay.
love that they're bad. But I liked them even when I was younger, and they were bad.
So Mega, what about you? Are there any certain things that you love when you were
Go,
a child?
go, Power Rangers!
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
Pterodactyl! Yeah, that's
I'm glad I witnessed that.
that was my jam. You know what? It's funny because I used to watch that when I was maybe 6 or 7. We had it all recorded on VHS, like the whole original season.
VHS,
Do you kids know what that is?
What's a VHS?
It's like those square DVDs. That's what a kid told me once. Those square DVDs.
With that weird plastic strip inside that you just wind up.
So Power Rangers, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I had it on VHS as a small little child, and
Well, no, it was a wee lass.
Yeah, pretty
that
much.
was frightening. They put it on Netflix probably 2 years ago, and I completely freaked out because my VHS no longer works, and I didn't have a VCR. I almost said VHS player because I forgot what it was called. But I went through 88 episodes, and I still like it. It's cheesy. It's a little bit more cheesy now than it was back then, because back then their little cloth costumes were they were awesome.
The standards were
and
a
then
little
now,
lower.
yeah, now I'm wow, that's a really cheaply made costume, and I'm but I love it still. There's Rita and Lord Zed. They're still just as good. Ivan Ooze.
I love how 90s
I love
it
them.
is. Power Rangers
It's
is so
super 90s.
90s.
One of these days, I will do a video in my Power Ranger sweatshirt because I do have one.
It's beautiful.
Watch.
For all of that shenanigans.
Yeah.
How about you, Arthur?
I want to talk about the Muppets.
The Muppets?
I love the Muppets.
Especially because
and-
there's the new one coming.
Oh, he's so excited.
Muppets Most Wanted.
Oh yeah, but I loved them to death, and we talked about this a little before, but it makes me think though that in a lot of ways I've changed. Some things are still good quality. I still think the Muppets are good, and I love them, but in a lot of ways, myself changing kind of does affect my habits of what I want to view and what I want to watch.
Yeah.
And what entertains me.
Especially it's a maturity thing too, especially with the Muppets. But the cool thing about the Muppets that I love is they do try to target
Everyone.
Yeah, everyone. It's not it's adult humor. It's also things that adults would find funny.
Yeah.
And I think that's
They're
why the
really
Muppets
good
are
about
just
it.
classic.
But that brings up another point because you watch Warner Brothers cartoons. I woke up at 5 or 6 a.m. every Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday morning to watch
Animaniacs.
That's
Warner
what I was
Brothers.
just gonna say. I love the Animaniacs.
Exactly.
Oh.
And they were so funny because they were just slapstick and people exploding,
Yeah.
and pies in the face kind of thing.
Little
Love that
Acme
stuff.
signs.
Exactly. And anvils and safes.
Yeah.
But like as an adult, you're like, holy crap, that is really funny. But you're too stupid to get it as a child. You just didn't get it. It went way over your head. Just
Maybe naive.
naive.
Yeah, naive.
I was like, I don't know if we're stupid.
I don't know. I think children. I was a dumb child. That's what I'll say.
I was above average.
I was pretty average. I was as average as they come.
Well, okay.
I used to nanny these two boys, and they loved Tom and Jerry. Like, just could sit there and watch Tom and Jerry. And I was the same way. I remember like spending like 3 hours just watching Tom and Jerry, and I watch it now, and I'm like, how do you guys watch this so long? It's still classic. Like Tom and Jerry can be funny, but now that I'm older, it's just like I don't remember how
Your
I could.
attention span just
It's like
can't
I can't even
focus on
focus on that. Like, and kids, they just watch it like it's crack or something. It's just like I don't even know how I was able to watch something
I
for
think
that
that
long.
some cartoons tend to decline. And I'm not gonna say any names, SpongeBob. But
I like
That's-
SpongeBob.
but
You know
when
what?
I
That's
was really
so
little,
true.
I kind of like I liked it then, but then as time went on, it just got worse and worse and less funny and more annoying, and I just can't
See.
I can't stand it anymore.
I love SpongeBob still. I watch the first season religiously when I am sad or sick. You are also my ringtone, SpongeBob.
She lives in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, no, love SpongeBob.
I don't know if it's us or if it's
SpongeBob.
like the actual
The
show
show.
that's going
Yeah.
down. But
That's a good question.
And I don't know if it's me being biased, like, oh, those are new. Bleh.
90s forever.
Well, here's one. The Simpsons. So think about The
Oh,
Simpsons.
yeah.
I never
I-
liked The Simpsons.
Never.
I don't now, and I never have. I don't know.
I did
just
when I
can't.
was like 11 to 13. I was like, Simpsons is hilarious. And now that I'm older, I'm like, it's so stupid. Can't watch The Simpsons.
That's interesting. See, for me, I always thought to myself, oh, the first 8 seasons, those were pretty good. And then it went downhill from there. And so I watched a more recent one like a year ago. And it was genuinely good and funny. So I wonder if sometimes maybe they kind of like, it's like a roller coaster where it goes up and down.
I
like,
think Simpsons is definitely one of those shows that's the way. I mean, don't they have like 20 seasons?
they have a lot.
Yeah, and I think if you have 20 seasons of something, there's bound to be a couple like seasons that aren't
Yeah.
nearly as good.
Is it really?
Yeah, and the sun is still shining.
Raining water falling from the sky.
The sky is crying.
That's what I was
Because
saying.
it misses
Just give it a
its
hug.
childhood.
Yeah.
It's
We can't
childhood.
get it back.
Nostalgia.
Let's talk about Nickelodeon versus like
Disney.
Disney or Fox. What was your favorite channel?
My favorite channel was Cartoon Network.
I liked Nickelodeon when I was a kid. Like Jimmy Neutron when I was like 10. Jimmy Neutron is hilarious. I watch it now. That show is so freaking funny.
I watched all of those channels. Like I watched Disney Channel
Yeah.
and Nickelodeon. It depended on the time of day.
That's like perfect way to say it because like Disney had the greatest shows to watch like right when you got home from school.
Exactly.
It was like you got home, you turned on Disney.
Except for when Pokemon would play at 4 o'clock and Sailor
You gotta
Moon would come on right
change,
after.
switch.
That happened, and then I moved on to Disney Channel, and then like Teen Nick with all that and Keenan and Kel, because Kel loves orange soda. I always watched that like religiously. But then at night they would play the scary Yonkers, the Cowardly Dogs, and I would get nightmares, but I'd still watch it.
Yeah. Me, I liked. I didn't have like cable and satellite when I was really young. It was mostly the Fox, but they had great stuff like Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men.
Yeah,
Oh,
the X-Men.
so good. I love. Oh, and WB. Yeah.
I used to watch. I remember coming home and watching Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and it had
all those
Mortimer
shorts.
Mouse was like the bad guy or whatever, and like he was like in that weird. They would like play
It's
little
like
shorts.
and it's
but
like
it was
in
like
a
a show
club.
within a show.
Yeah, it was like I loved that, and all the Disney characters were there, and you'd watch little clips of all the different. Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved that. I'd watch that, and then it would be like Lizzie McGuire would be like on after it.
Did you ever watch Vault Disney? It came on like really late at night, and it would play all of the classics, probably at like 2 in the morning. I just remember the intro, like it was almost like you were on a roller coaster, and then it just like panned through like different like eras of Disney movies.
Oh yes,
Do you remember
yes,
that? It
I
sounds
do.
familiar.
I do remember that, and you'd watch the really old like shorts things.
Does Disney still do that thing where like they take that little green sparkly line
Yeah,
and they're
they
like,
go,
dun,
"Dun,
dun,
dun."
dun,
I'm glad that we
dun.
just
Yeah.
were able
Do
to
they?
do that. Yes, they do. Even with the stupid new characters they have.
I like Zoog Disney.
I love Zoom Disney. It was like Playhouse Disney.
Yeah, right.
Playhouse
And then like
Disney.
Zoog Disney would come on for like the kids, like the preteens, like or like the just I don't know, like
Queens?
younger kids, yeah. And then it would be like for the older kids, like at night.
At 9 or 8 is when the Disney movies would play.
Yeah.
And so I never
Oh
got
my
to watch
gosh.
them during school nights.
Smart House.
So I would like, oh yeah, so excited to like watch Smart House, and then you would watch like, what's the other one with that guy in it? It's like the Lucky, the
Luck of the Irish.
Luck of the Irish.
And the cool thing is they were all filmed here in Utah.
Yeah.
How nice.
And the, what is it, the Garbage Brigade? Is that the guy?
Oh, the Paper Brigade.
Paper Brigade, that guy. Oh my
Um,
gosh, what else? There was some great Disney movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh
they were
my
awesome.
goodness.
I think one of my favorites was, besides Smart House, Brink. Because Eric Von Detten, my goodness, loves me, please.
That's super great that you remember all of that. I remember liking.
It was Team Puppin Suds. How can you not remember that?
I remember liking My Date with the President's Daughter too.
Oh yeah, with
I
the guy
remember
from
that
Boy
one.
Meets World.
Yeah, who
Will
also
Friedle.
he does the voice of Ron Stoppable too.
Right.
Kim Possible. Love him. He's like older now. But
I liked the famous Jet Jackson on Disney Channel. I don't remember the actor's name.
Jackson.
I remember really liking. It was like I watched Kim Possible a lot, and then The Proud Family. I don't know why I like The
Yeah,
Proud Family.
Penny Proud, I'm
Yeah.
cute and I'm loud and I got it going on.
I think there's a point where it's like 10 years after something has like died completely in pop culture, and you like quote it, and people are like, huh?
You're like,
Because
wait.
it's like vaguely familiar, but they can't find it.
What's one show from your childhood? Just this is how we're gonna end it. What's one show from your childhood that you loved and that you want to recommend to people? Maybe one that's like more obscure, one that's on Netflix or
So
something.
not the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
You can recommend
The
that.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Dinosaurs.
Oh my
The
god.
Jim Henson.
I forgot
It
about
is
that.
such a brilliant show. It's like South Park but clean. Like, and if you
So it
like,
doesn't exist?
I know it sounds horrible. No, but I just love it. It's the perfect, most brilliant
Do
satire.
you remember it? It was like the little baby dinosaur in the baby
They
scene.
had
It would be
animatronic
like, "No,
dinosaurs.
Yes! Oh, that yes! Watch that. Mine, I'm gonna have to say Jimmy Neutron. It's like the movie came out and then they had it and it kind of changed, but it was like one of the first cartoons on TV that was like the 3D looking. It wasn't like
CGI.
the CGI like animation. I just love that show. Jimmy Neutron. It's on Netflix. Watch it when you're sick at home and have nothing to do.
So, folks, thanks for watching. Please comment on YouTube. Tell us, what are your favorite childhood TV shows? What are good TV shows now? And tell us what you want us to talk about later, and what you'd like us to review. If you have some sweet old cartoons or something, let us know. Thanks for watching. We will see you next week.
We like talking.